Hey everyone, let me lower these. It's my daughter. There we go. You have to excuse me. Let me see. I got a mask on. Um, what I'm doing is I have a new commission here that I'm prepping. Let me turn the music off. There we go. So it's a little mermaid. Well, not, no, the mermaid. So what I have here, I just glued the two halves of the base together, and then I'll go in and I'll fill that. Um, I might not even fill it. I might just use some epoxy paste and just go in and then add these details back in there. I'm not worried about the bottom here because that will sit on this base right here, like so. And here's the mermaid. That's the upper part. There's more pieces to her, but this is the upper part. That's her body there. So what I'm doing now is I'm prepping this to get her ready to put it together. So, where's the other arm? Okay, the other arm is fine. All right, what I need to do is right here. These are the vent holes. You'll see another one inside there. And then you see the four down here. I'm not concerned about these. I'm not concerned about that one. That's the one I'm concerned about. Now, why are these here? Well, they're there because from what I understand and from what talking to Mike and NY3D Creations and watching other people, when you print these, you want that I don't know what orientation this was in. It looks like it might have been like that because there's right here and right here. So she might have been like this when she was printing. So those holes help the excess resin vent out. And then when you go to clean it, you put it in this little washer, isopropyl, and it starts to agitate. It gets all up inside there and it flushes it all out. So I shot some isopropyl through there last night, let it dry out just to make sure. The same thing with this part here. So what I want to do, you can see here, I have a mask on. Usually when I do this, you see right here, there's a little shop vac. So I'm going to turn this on for a second. All right. That looks pretty good. So what I want to do, let me move this out of sight, put my glasses back on, take this mask off. I don't need it right now. I'm going to, she sits this way, so this, I always mess this up. Okay, hold on. She sits like that. So before I do this, because as you see, I'm going to have to fill that seam right there. Not bad. It's typical. I mean, some fit better than others, but maybe I'll take a little bit off of that. But it's not bad. It's not a bad fit once you hold it in there. See that? But I want to fill that hole because if I glue this down, I cannot get to that. So for that, I use, if I can find it here, Okay. Just an old sanding stick. And then I have a piece of screw here. Now I've got another piece of screw right here because I think there's another hole that I need to fill. This one I'm not concerned with because when you put her on there, those are covered. So she sits over that. But it's this hole right here that I'm concerned with. Now I got a small piece of screw here. And as you can see, if I put that in there, it's too loose. Wiggles around. So I want a nice tight fit. So I got a bigger piece here. Now I'll shave that down so it fits right inside there. So it's nice and tight in there, and then nip it off. This one's the same size. So let me do that. So usually, I'll turn this back on. Excuse me. So all I'm doing right now is I'm shaving some off of that screw to use it so it'll fit in there, and I'm doing it on an angle. So I'm making a plug. I want to check to see if it fits. A little bit more. And I'm turning it as I go in there so I keep it as round as possible. And there it is right there. That's what I'm looking for. Take just a scotch off a little bit. Now you could try to fill that. Hold on. I don't know if anyone else does it this way. I really don't. You can't, because the arm is hollow. If you put epoxy sculpt in there, let it dry, and then you go sand it, you run the risk of it popping right through. So that's why I use this. So now you see I got a little point on it. So I'll just glue that like right there. So take a little CA glue, smother that on there, get it nice and make sure I get enough CA on there. I just slide it right on there, just like that, and then I'll clean off the excess with my finger. I'll take the towel off the side here. Then I have a Q-tip. Make sure I get most of it off. Get a little kicker. Boom. Drop a little kicker on that. Give it a couple of seconds to bite. Take my screw cutters. I don't want to take it off all the way flush. I want to leave a little lip on it. And there it is. Now what I'll do now is I'll just start shaping that so it'll fit the curve here. So for that, just do that. I'm going round like so. That feels, what's up, brother? So trying to fill it, and I'm trying to go like in a circle. Now I'll just take this, run my hand over it, and then I got a marker here. So I'll take the marker, run it over it, and that'll tell me. Let that dry a second. You see that? Right there. What's up, Damagooch? So there it is. filled in. So some are easier than others. Some aren't. Whoop, I'm on. There we go. That filled in really nice. So I'll just take this. This is just a little buffing pad, UMP buffing pad. I'll just take that and make sure as I do that, I don't see a little step in there. There it is. So now I'll take that same buffing pad and I'll go over. I got to be careful on the top of her head here. She got a little point of hair there. I hear you, bro. Resting your brain, huh? Okay. So, like here, there's a little bit from the support. I want to just very gently go in there and pop that off. I don't want to score it. Mike says he's just a teenage dirtbag baby. So we just go in there. It's like that. Very gently. The same thing right here. There's another one. Just very gently pop that off. I'm just looking for any more. Any imperfections. So I'll take this and I'll run it over the body. Now this will tell me by doing this, if I see those little swirls in there, then I got to do a little bit more sanding. But this helps you identify, because sometimes you can't see them just on the bare resin, but they pop up when you hit them with the primer. Now, if you do this, to prep your model, you can shoot. Now, Stynylrez is everybody knows, oh shit, I got to do that too. Everybody knows is my go-to. Hold on, I think the hair will cover that, but we'll see. I'm not going to worry about that one just yet, because she's got a ponytail that puts in, and then she's got some bangs that go right in there. So I get right here, and I got it cut at an angle, so I can come in. Make sure I get that. I want her skin as smooth as I can possibly get it. Now this is a commission piece, so usually when they go out, I take a little extra careful time on them, because this is going to somebody's collection. So I got to be extra vigilant. Sometimes I'm just in a hurry to paint them when they're mine. But when they go out like this here, you better believe I take my time with them. So like here, I just saw just by me doing that, I could see the swirl. Now usually you'll get those swirls on high marks here. Yeah, you're right. It won't cover. Okay, fill the hole. Mike said fill the hole. Okay, so I'll fill that. I'll do it right now. Hobby Mike is in the chat now. You guys, I know I got asked a lot about a couple messages about that one right there. Now, a few guys asked me. They said they went to Mike's website to look for it, and it's not there. I believe it's on his website. The thing you're not going to find on the website is that. Now, if you're looking for that dog to go with that figure, if you want that figure and you want that bulldog, you have to specifically ask him. And then he's in the chat now. Anybody watching, if you're after that bulldog and that figure, because they don't go together, I'm putting them together. These are two separate figures. But if you're after that bulldog, if you like this figure and you're after that bulldog to go with that figure, you need to request to have this printed separately. This is a separate. This will cost you separately. It doesn't come with the figure. Mike is in the chat. You can discuss it with him. I had a couple of guys ask me, and they said they saw this, but they didn't see the dog. And I told them you need to message him about the dog. So, because those are two separate pieces. So I wanted to get that while I was. See, now here, like I was saying, once you start hitting it with this right here, you'll start to notice the little lines. Now, I don't know what they call them, Mike, but it's when they print, they get those little swirls sometimes. And usually you get them like on the high marks here. Sometimes you get them on large flat surfaces, but right here you can see it. So I'll just take very gently. Try to go in a circular fashion right up in here. It doesn't take much to get rid of it, guys. You don't have to put a lot of oomph behind a sandpaper. One of these from Hobby Lobby works just as well. Just like that. And then once you hit this aliasing, there you go. Okay, Mike, thank you. You know what, got fuels? If you want the dog, order it, and I'll sit with you and I'll show you how to paint it. How's that? That's this guy here is all airbrushed, other than the eyeballs and the pink right here and the teeth. That's all airbrushed. This is let me see. This is a leather brown for the base. It was tan yellow for this color here. Then I went in with burnt sienna and burnt umber inks, and that darkened it up. And I did the same thing. I used the leather brown, and then I went in with burnt sienna, burnt umber, and burnt sienna for her hat there. And that's how I got that leathery look to that hat. Now I still need to go in and add details like right here on the crown and on here, but I want to wait till that skin, because then I used a little bit of oil on her skin tone, so I want to wait until that skin is dry, and then I'll shoot it, and then I'll start doing the hair. So yeah, so the aliasing is what Mike's calling it, what Mike says it is. So if you get it nice and flat, see, I'll show you. Again, that's where that marker comes in. So I take the marker, and I'll just go like this. And I can see a little bit right there, right by her neck. Okay, Mike said, here, I'm going to put this up there so you guys can see it. This is what it is. This aliasing is the after effect of stacking pixels, which are square. If you ever seen or played Minecraft and built a round structure out of square blocks, it's the same thing. So that's basically what you're seeing here. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that explanation. So what I do with that marker is I'll go in, and then with the sanding block, oh, let me close this. I just, because her skin has got to be flawless, man, or as flawless as and I could feel it when you're doing this. You could feel the aliasing. You could feel it, and then all of a sudden, once you get it to a certain point, poof, it goes away. It's smooth, and then that's when you stop sanding, because you don't want to get too far down. And again, a good primer filler will fill that. Okay. Hold on, Mikey. I have this is the link for the steampunk girl that I just showed you. I'll put it right here. Anybody watching? I know somebody on Red Dragon Modhooks I'm sorry, on might have been Metalhead Minis was asking me about it. And there it is. There, this is the link right here to the steampunk girl. Again, that dog does not come with the steampunk girl. That's a separate print. If you want the dog, you have to inquire about it separately. So I just want to throw that out there. It does not come with that dog. So now, like I said, I'm going in. Michael Wheaton says, don't mess this up, yo. I'm not going to, brother. I'm taking as much care with this as I can. So right here with the aliasing, I'm making sure you can, I don't know if you can make it out. You see a couple of little lines there. Rafael says, so for me, I would, now, are you talking about this? fuels? Are you talking about sanding something like this, or are you talking about something else? Because this, believe it or not, there's not a lot of work. Now here, let me back up a second here. I've seen 3D prints that were bad. That the face was full of supports. They had the supports in the wrong spots. The aliasing was like all in the forehead, stuff like that. I've seen those, but rarely, very rare. Maybe in the early days when he first started printing, there were a few like that. With Mike, you don't have that problem with Mike's 3D prints. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Now you're right. It takes care of the aliasing. But again, you're working on a smaller thing. This is when you're working on a figure, you got to be. You can hide it on tires. You can't hide it on a figure, especially when you have something like this, and you're putting a very light flesh tone on, because she's going to be very light, pale. Um, she's going to have a Caucasian skin tone, but a very. I'm going to get it. She's going to be pale. So you got to make sure that whatever you lay down will fill those. Now, see, believe it or not, on some male figures, the aliasing, witness marks, or whatever you want to call them. Sometimes you can get away with them because you can incorporate them into like the structure of the face or the muscles or whatever. But generally, unless she's a muscle bound chick, you don't want to do that. Not on this here. All right. So I think I got them as best I can without digging too much into that. I think the primer will take care of the rest. I gotta make sure I go in a circle, because that going back and forth doesn't really help. Well, it's true, Mike. You know, it's true. I've seen some. I mean, you've had some failures. You know, you'll be the first to admit it. But you've been doing this long enough now that you know. See right here underneath her breast there. You got that aliasing, but it's not a lot. I want to get this as smooth as possible. I don't want any marks on it. And then, like I said, I use a SEM, high build automotive primer filler. And that generally takes care of, once I do this, will fill everything in. So that's, like I said, I just go over the whole skin, give her a good sanding. Yeah, yeah. I hear you, Mike. So I can't see anything more on here. Now I'm going to fill that hole in her cabeza here. That's too small. All right. Let me see if I got a different size in here. I got different sizes of screw. This one might be. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So let me fill the one in her head here. So again, I just take this. Just like I said, this one here, it'll be done within the next. I'm gonna take my time with it. I've got the skeleton we need to finish. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Then we're gonna start working on La Chata. In between that, I got this steampunk gal, the dog, and this. So I'm going to be working on I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 of them here. Actually, 5 of them because I got another neck round in the back there. I'm going to be working on, but that's going to wait. I'll probably do that neck round after Christmas. I got something. I want to build a little diorama or whatever, a little base for him and stuff. So, all right, I got that. That's going to go like right there. Now with this, because there's hair there, I'm going to have to cut that just a little higher, and then I'm going to have to score. Follow the hairlines and score that hair in there. So, a little glue on here. Softer our new one. Open this up. Right in there. Just like that. Sit a second. I'm going to get most of that glue. Because believe it, anybody that's worked with CA, you know the CA glue is the hardest part to sand. So clear that off as best I can. Take a little kick. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to have to go a little higher with this. So that fills in that hole right there. Now I save all these little pieces, man, because I use a lot of them. You know, anytime you're doing a thing. So if you're doing, uh, yeah, sure, brother, that'd be great. So now here, because it's the head, I'm going to have to shape this. So I want it to follow the contours of that hair. So I can't just start to sand on it. So very, very gently, I start taking off a bit here, a bit there. Again, I got to be careful because there's some points on that hair there, and I don't want to lose it. Take my blade here, just very gently. Start to come up, just like that. Turn it around. And the only reason I'm taking, because again, there's hair there. So I need to save that integrity of that hair there. Now, if that would have been covered up with something like a hat or something, I don't have to worry about it. I can sand it, but that's going to be visible. So I need to be very extra careful when I'm doing this. So I'm just chipping little bit by little bit. Come up underneath here. All right. I think I might have got it. Take a little bit more off the top there. All right. I get the little files out. That one. This one right here. Now this one, I'm going to follow the hairline right up. Like that. Just carve that hair back in there. Follow that hairline from here. Here. right about here. Follow that hairline right up there. Then again, like I said, I don't want to lose that hair right there. Usually the ones there are the more difficult ones because you got to slowly work so you don't sand away the detail. So, hey, mama. So, yeah, we're all fighting this the crud my grandson brought home. So again, working at those lines back in there. Be very careful. Take my marker. This will tell me. I got it. Let me show you. Right there. See? So I'll take this. Thanks, babe. I'll take this. Just buff that down a little bit. There it is, right there. See that? Filled in. You don't have to step or nothing. Just takes a. I've done. Geez, I don't know how many of these things I've done so far. So I'm kind of hip to the way these things, to what I need to do here. But every now and then you make a mistake. Now here's the hair. I have to. There's a little plug right here for the key where the hair sits in. I have to very carefully take some off. Again, usually I have a mask on and I'm doing it with that. I have this little shop vac running, but if I turn that on and I got the mask on and I'm all stuffed up from this cold, you ain't gonna hear me. So let me check her hair now. There's, like I said, there's two. There's the bangs are right here, and then you got the hair. So I'm not worried about the bangs at this moment. That's not going to go on until probably after I'm done with the face. I just want to make sure I can fit this on there. Yeah, very. Just making taking a little bit off either side. And there it is. Fits in there. Just like that. Perfect. I don't have to take off. Yeah. Look, what did I drop? I'm dropping shit everywhere. That will sit right there. Perfect. See that? So, and then right back there behind that right there is that little plug. Once that's painted, you'll never even know that was there. So again, that's not going to go on until after I've got the skin tone down. I just want to make sure. Again, I got to be real careful not to lose that little bang part, or else I'm going to have to sculpt some new ones if I lose it. And believe me, I've had to do it before. I've had to sculpt hair because I lost it. Now we'll come to this. Down here, this is where the, let me do it off the table here. So she's going to sit like so. So I'm going to go ahead and glue her down. Time for the that stuff's starting to gel up. I use this, and I use some cheap dollar store tube ones. Usually the tube ones, I'll use it, and I'll go in and I'll fill in seams with the glue stuff. But yeah, just want to make sure I get the smoothest fit. Usually you do that, you don't want to have to be easier to dry fit it like this. So yeah, that's about as best as I'm gonna get it. All right. I like using this stuff with the brush, Gorilla Glue. Great shit, man. Put a little extra on the edges so it'll seep out, like right here. When I go to sit it down, I get that little seepage out. Wipe it. And put some kicker on there. This thing right here. All right, let's get her in here now. She sits like so. Yeah. So take a little kicker. Let it work its way in there. Hold it down. Give it a couple of seconds. Let it go. All right. Make sure that is real good. Then I take this stuff. Just go around the edge of it. Like that. Wipe the excess off with my finger. Let the rest of that seep in there. Right. Over here. sure I get most of that off. Just like that. Good to go. Now, because I had that kicker on, I don't have to put any more on there. So now I'll come in and I'll sand that, like right on the edge here. Just make sure everything's smooth. And then once I hit this with, I'll hit it with some primer and I'll see just how much filler I got to put in there. Doesn't look like a lot. Just want to make sure. I'm going to have to go in with filler here. So that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in right in here. For something this small, I don't need epoxy. I do use it. 5-minute epoxy or whatever it is. Where is it? I've got the 1 minute. I got the 6-minute. I'm sorry, 5-minute epoxy and the 6-minute epoxy. So yeah, I do use it for larger ones, for bigger stuff. When I glue this base to here, that's what I'll use is epoxy. For this, you don't need to use it. You can use it if you want, but you don't need it. Something with a curve in it. So we'll come in and just work that. I might be able to get away with not having to fill that. I could feel the CA glue. Yeah, I'm going to have to fill that. Okay. That's no big. All right, brother. We'll smash the hamburger meat. So what I'm doing now is just trying to make sure that any high part of that CA glue I've got it off. I can see where I'm going to have to add, like here. What I'm doing now, guys, is I'm just wherever that CA glue leaked out a little bit, that's where I'm setting. All right. So that's going to have to be filled. Now, the rest of her tail, I'm going to have to wait, man, because and her other hand, because there's her fin. Drop my mask. There's the fin. That's got to be pinned. But I'm afraid that if I put this, well, no, I can put this part on. This piece can go on. That sits like this here. So I can do this. The fin and that arm are going to be, and the hair is going to have to be some of the last stuff I do. So, let me get this. I'll go ahead and make sure where the supports were, I get that nice and flat. All right, that's going to sit. That key's in right there. Take a little bit off the key here. See if I can get it in a little closer. That's about the closest I'm going to get it. Take some off of the top of here. I think that's what's holding me up here. There you go. Now I'll have to do a little filling there, but that's no big deal. Get my glue. Go in there. Okay. Make sure. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because I don't want to break it. All right, so there's that. Excuse me. Now, once I fill that all in, excuse me, damn it. Sorry about that. Once I fill all in here and then this, then I'll put that on there. I might be, this fits in there nice and tight. Just a couple little nubs there from the supports. We got that. Oh, perfect. Sits in there nice and tight. So then she's going to sit like that. That's how she's going to be on there. So I have to go in, fix this, the base, put the right around her waist here, where her body meets the fish part. Fill that in so it's a nice seam transition. Once that's done and that's dry and I'm sanding it, then I'll come and I'll do the arm because it'll be easier for me to do this without the arm in the way. And then do the arm. Once I get that in the right spot, yeah, I might not even need filler on that. I think the glue might be able to. There's enough room for me to get under in the back of it with right there with a file. So, yeah, there she is. That's how she's gonna look. Where's her hair again? Over there. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, guys. I just wanted to do I've been on almost an hour. Just wanted to show you a commission piece I'm doing here. You know, if there's something that you guys would like to, if you got something you want painted, you can't paint it, hit a brother up. Also, I know I don't like to show this a lot, but there's my buy me a coffee on PayPal. Let me get I'll put this. I'll put it in the comments. If any of this has been helpful to you, a buck or two, buy a brother a cup of coffee. I got it right there in the comments, you know, the link. Also, if you can't do that, just give me a like, you know, thumbs up, a like, help me push my content. I'm starting to do more and more of this stuff, so I want to get back into my YouTube channel. I've been away for a while, of course. I keep saying I want to come back, but you know what? Sometimes you just don't want to deal with the bullshit. But yeah, see, this is going to be pinned right there. So this I have to do will probably be one of the last things I do because it's going to be delicate. I want to fill this, and then this will be the last thing because this is going to be pinned there, and I don't want to break that off. You know? So it's going to be a nice piece, man. So yeah, this is a commission piece. It's not mine. Doing it for someone. They commissioned me to paint it for them. So that coral is going to be a pain in the ass. This might not be so hard. I've got some color shift paints, some nice shifting paints that I could do, like the blues and the reds and the pinks on here. Same thing with the tail, you know, make it really nice. It's that coral that I need to. I'm going to run over to Blix this weekend and see if they got some real vibrant neon colors, so I can do some of this. I have to look online and look at some images of coral. So the next couple of days, that's what I'm going to be doing. So tomorrow, guys, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have we're going to finish off that guy right there, this guy right here, and then next week we're going to start on La Chata. So and in between that, I'll be doing, you know, little. I'm going to do an update on her when I get ready to paint her. And then this one, I typically do not paint, do not film commission work, but I don't think the guy's going to be too worried about it if I film this while I'm painting. So, Dominic, you take care, brother. You guys all have a good one. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here, Red Dragon Model Works. We're going to finish painting the skull or the skeleton. We have our hangout tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I always post a link on the Styrene Syndicate and Red Dragon Model Works. Anybody's welcome to join. It's a Google Meets hangout. So as long as you got your Google account or YouTube account, you'll be able to jump in. I'm not using StreamYard for Hangouts anymore. You can only use 10 people on Hangouts and StreamYards. You get up to 100 people on Google Meets if you pay the $8 a month for it. And I'm going to start. I'll probably get rid of this because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I saw on the Google Meets that I can stream, stuff over from Google Meets to my YouTube channel using the Google Meets, and the quality of it's not bad. I mean, it's actually pretty good. So you guys have a go. We'll see you guys tonight on the Hangout. Those of you that participate, and don't forget tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, Way of the Dragon, Zombie Conquistador stuff. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, man, or a like. And if you can, buy a brother a cup of coffee. If not, thumbs up and a like is just as well. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.